All right, I'm joined with my good pal Rhea for I Know What You Did Last Summer. Now, this is a blind reaction for me. I did not see this trailer. I'm really looking forward to this, and we've talked about this before about I Know What You did last summer. Sorry, I Know What You Did Last Summer franchise is slightly underrated about what it does to what it puts the characters through, because they give in the peer pressure to do something in the originals it's pretty messed up, and they have to deal with it for quite some time. It's interesting what it puts its characters through. And I think we speculated on what that's going to mean for returning characters, how they're going to deal with it so many years later, if it still haunts them, how it's affecting their personal life, which is very intriguing. And I think is more, personally, I think it's more ripe for a sequel than even the Scream franchise, which I want to revisit the Scream sequels. I haven't seen them yet. My wife watched them without me. She couldn't wait. So I want to go back and watch the first three first and then watch the new Scream, because I haven't watched them in a while. But I really am intrigued. And my speculation is that I believe the Jennifer Love Hewitt and Freddie Prinze characters, before I even see any trailer, I know we did like a quick tease, but yeah. I'm wondering if they're even together. Maybe the situation that happened so many summers ago has prevented them from even having a relationship, honestly. Yeah. And how they've tried to move on, and it probably still haunts them, and how it affects their family. I don't know. So that's my initial thoughts, which if you want to remind the audience your thoughts on the how I Know What You Did Last Summer franchise and where you think it could go, what you're hoping.
What I liked about the first I Know What You Did Last Summer was there were like, these fun, like carefree teenagers, and all of a sudden they get this life-changing event occurs, and all four of them have like different perspectives on how to handle it, and ultimately they end up choosing the route for self-preservation as opposed to doing what was morally right, and following through with the aftermath of being morally right. So there are some like questionable decisions that happen in the in that path that they choose that impact all four of them, for better or for worse, mostly worse, because there is, the long-term, mental, effects that, slowly deteriorate, a lot of the characters. Some of them find their downfall too. So it is, very, it's really interesting as far as like how it, shows the, someone can have like the best intentions or be like on the surface a very, upright, good person, but ultimately, when it comes down to it and under pressure, like, what decisions are they going to make?
Yeah, bad decisions can haunt people, and something like this, the ultimate bad decision. And it's not just up to you either. The peer pressure angle too. It's very, very intriguing. Even I was not a horror fan at that time. Even I saw the first one. I don't think I ever saw the second or third.
I didn't see the second one. I'm aware of the second one, but yeah.
So very intriguing. It's not just the, like, for example, the final girl or the final guy. It's not just that. It's like, should you root for even as a viewer, it puts something weird on you. Should you root for this character to succeed? It kind of messes you up a little bit too, right?
It does, because we like ultimately, how do they win? Because they if they continue on in their life, they're just gonna continue to have these traumatic, PTSD moments where they won't ever have a normal life, So it's kind of like which fate is, it's a morbid thought, but like which fate is, ultimately the lesser of two evils? Like which one would you rather deal with,
All right, cool. So I'm really hoping this is good. I'm planning to see this one.
Me too.
Okay. I don't know what to expect from this trailer. Let's see.
Can you believe our best friends are getting married?
Good.
A work envelope? Could it be cash? A check?
Uh-oh. New
Oh man, the same cliff.
Oh, really?
No, it just looks like it.
Yeah.
We should go.
Okay, so right off the bat, this is interesting to me. I didn't think they would start with the new cast and them having something they did last summer. I thought it would be like more a continuation. Like, how do the original characters get involved then? Is this their children? I have no idea. Is my first question.
Yeah.
But any thoughts? I won't pause it too much. We are going to talk a lot, but any thoughts on where it starts? Is that where you think it would start? I would have thought it would start with Jennifer Love Hewitt, but they're introducing the new generation of doing bad things in the summer.
Yeah, I think it makes sense because with like Scream, for example, they didn't, introduce us to Dewey or any of the other Gail Weathers or Sidney Prescott. We saw them later on, just like, we no spoilers, but we may see the legacy characters later on. But yes, I think how they're approaching it is pretty, what we expected with all like, these legacy sequels.
I think, I think that's part of some of us old school movie fans, something that we consistently do. And I have to train myself against too, is like, this isn't necessarily, I'm not necessarily the target audience. Nostalgia people were probably going to see this anyway. They have to sell us to a new audience. And the best way to do that is to introduce the new characters and not over reliant on the old characters. And hopefully there's some substance to the old characters. They're not mistreated or just cameo corn, like James Gunn likes to say. They're not just there as a cameo. Hopefully there's some substantive reason as to why they're there. But yeah, they have to sell the new story and the new situation, these new actors for sure. So I guess this is a good start. It's just not what I was expecting, but that's probably the right way to do it. Are they going to give us a glimpse of the other characters though? We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
What does it say?
Sony.
Original film.
Yeah.
Outside of us, no one knows what happened, right?
Anthony Beltry, shout out to Anthony's favorite company, Sony. Although he loves them for video games. It's really weird. Oh, okay.
Oh man, he got harpooned.
Please stop.
Oh, the hook's pretty bad.
Someone is clearly coming after us.
I need to start drinking.
The cops are not going to help us.
And we'll find someone who will.
All right, there we go. I like.
Oh yeah, yeah, he looks good.
Yeah, he's aged well.
Yeah, I agree.
Isn't something I like talking about.
You survived this once. We need your help.
Oh,
the reveal.
I will say Max was right. They're in totally different places when they meet him.
Yeah.
So I think you're going to have to deal with the trauma and the relationship in this.
Yeah. How they,
I don't remember the movie. I have a bad memory, so I have to rewatch the first one at the very least.
I'm pretty lucky because I started getting into horror pretty recently in the last few years. So a lot of these classics like Scream and I Know What You Did Last Summer and all these other like ensemble horror movies, they're pretty fresh in my brain, so I can ascertain that they both are coping with what happened to the best of their ability, and maybe that ultimately was caused tension and distance between them.
Yeah. So I think I'm right based on this, but I like the way they're introduced. It doesn't just seem like they are. It's pretty much the typical thing. You survive this. I need your help. But just this says so much just on his facial expression and hers. They're still dealing with it.
It isn't something I like talking about.
You survived this once. We need your help.
He's aged well.
You can't run. You can't hide. Get them before they get you. Whoever's doing this, it's personal to them.
One of us is hiding something.
We are not gonna die today. What are you waiting for?
I'm really impressed by that. I really like that trailer. Like,
I did too. Yeah, I like it a lot.
Even thinking about when the original trailer for the original movie, I was like, okay, I'll watch this. But this one, I really want to watch. Like,
Yeah. I knew I was going to go see it for sure, but after this trailer, I'm just like, okay, the hype is there. Like, legitimately, like, I want to see this movie, not out of obligation.
And it feels like the quality is a little bit higher too. Like I feel like they're really respecting this IP. It's not just, I don't feel like this is a cash grab just to get the people back. At least it's presented well,
Yeah. No, they definitely are getting some cues from Scream 5 and 6, the legacy sequels where the original cast or what's left of them, they have like, some survival, strategy to give to the next generation. And yeah, I think that's probably the best way to go about it. The seasoned vets, leading the younger ones and passing the torch, so to speak.
Yeah. So give your rating, and then I will say, damn you again, horror fans. You have it the best out of any fandom whatsoever, because ultimately we're getting to the point where your franchises are not only coming back like Final Destination, but they're getting better reviews and they're getting more. They're just getting better. Like what IP can you say that where they consistently make them? They're actually getting better. Like that Final Destination. Did you see the last Final Destination?
I did. Yeah. I didn't watch any of the other ones though. I don't have any memory of the majority of them. Yeah.
Okay. In that rest in peace, Tony Todd. That I do know from X. That was a great send off. That was kind of like almost breaking the wall. That was so beautiful the way he got to give a little Easter egg to his fans. That was great. Yeah. But we're getting to a point where the movies are getting. This looks like it might make this franchise better.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. I think my score is 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10. Nice. Okay, so look out for. I'm probably going to take my wife to see this. Look out for Rhea's probably content on it on Multiverse of Color on X.
Oh wait, you're supposed to give your rating.
I did. Oh, I thought I did 10 out of 10. I thought I said 10 out of 10. I was thinking 10 out of 10.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this I have respect for the first movie. I kind of wanted this. I kind of, in retrospect, like nostalgia reasons, want to visit the second one with like I think Brandy's in it and stuff. The third one, I mean, I'll probably watch it. I don't, I heard it's not great, but this has probably got me more hype than the first when in the 90s when the first trailer came out. Like, and I want baggage and all these years of history with these OG first movie characters. I don't know if they showed up in the third one or the second one. I have no idea. I want to know what's happening with their characters, and that makes it more intriguing to me. So yeah, 10 out of 10.
Yes, same. Thanks
for watching our trailer reaction. We'll see you next time, and go follow Rhea on X at Multiverse of Color for great pop culture news.
Yes, all my cool content is over there. Yeah.
It'll be in the description below.
Thank you. All right, night.
Bye.